Have you ever gotten caught having sex?
Oh, no, no. Do I have to tell the story?
Yes.
Okay.
Mom, don't watch this. Are you two sexually active with each other? According to my mom, no. But actually, yes.
Yes, we are sexually active with each other. Not each other's first.
Our lasts.
Our last, yeah.
Yes, we are.
Absolutely.
We were both sexually active before we met each other. About a month into like officially dating, I think, was when we became sexually active.
No. We're in a open relationship, but with each other, it's more of a
emotional relationship.
Emotional.
Are you sexually active with other people?
Yeah.
Yes. We see eye to eye on everything.
Yeah. And if there is a boundary you want to set, we'll just talk about it when it comes up.
Yeah.
Do your parents know you're sexually active? Did you tell them? Well, considering we got sex dice from his mom, I think they know.
My mom does. She knows that we're like safe.
My parents don't know, so I guess if they're watching this, sorry about that. They're more open to you.
I haven't like talked with my mom about it, but she's been sort of like, not dropping hints, but like, I open my desk drawer and there's just like condoms in there, and I'm like, okay.
I did not tell them. Just saying the word sex is too scary for them because I grew up Catholic. I always had the thought that I would save my virginity until marriage. I did not have like the desire to have sex until I was dating Yuan. I think it's like the best thing that I decide to like do this with him.
Did you feel pressured to have sex?
No.
No.
That's a good question. I would say the pressure for me was to like have sex by a certain time almost, because I didn't want to get like too old and realize like, oh my gosh, you know, I haven't done anything yet and like it's gonna be so bad or nervous and stuff.
Sure.
I think if I could go back and tell myself like, dude, relax, like everything's gonna be fine. Like you're not pressured to do anything.
I no longer put pressure on myself to have sex. When we first started out, I felt like I would lose his interest.
Yeah, I think I was like putting the pressure on myself and maybe like rushing a little bit too much, but it's fine. Like I learned from my mistakes and like I'm moving on and yeah.
Have you ever gotten caught having sex?
Oh, no, no.
No, I'm glad. Oh my God.
No.
That would, no.
Her little brother walked in. It was so awkward, like.
Oh my God.
And I'm pretty sure he like saw some stuff he was not supposed to see at such an age.
I kind of was like, are you okay? My siblings don't get like sex education from my parents, so I feel like it's up to me to like tell them like, you're not alone if you feel these like feelings.
Do I have to tell the story?
Yes.
Okay.
Mom, don't watch this.
I'm at school in college, and I had told my roommate the night before. I clearly didn't make it clear enough, and I was like, do not come in, like, please. We had already made arrangements for you to sleep in a different room, you know.
He didn't even knock.
No, he didn't.
He just
He swiped
opened
the
the
card.
door.
He swiped the card and went in, and he was like, I need socks.
Is sex always pleasurable? Do you feel like you know what you're doing? I think I know what I'm doing.
I sure don't know what I'm doing. That's not to say that I'm like bad at it. It's just, if it's something that I've never done before, I have no clue.
Sure. I haven't had a non-pleasurable experience that I know of. I've had some funny experiences.
I have no clue what I'm doing. I'll be honest. My first time was with a girl.
She was my first. So, yeah.
It was your first experience
with a guy,
so
which, yeah, it was like really new for me. And I was like, okay, like I guess this is how this works. But I do feel like it's enjoyable, especially with someone that you love and care about.
It's enjoyable for me. It's kind of like something that a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on, like it should be like this perfect, like super romanticized like idea or whatever. But I mean, it's always gonna be special to me no matter what. So.
It's not going to feel like a fireworks fairy tale moment constantly.
No, absolutely not.
It is definitely a grow as you go thing, for
And
sure.
it really depends on the fit and the person to make sure if it's pleasurable or not.
Do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I think so for the most part. Yeah.
It's not that
I
hard.
hope so. Maybe I'm doing it completely wrong, and I don't even know.
I would probably tell you.
Do you always practice safe sex? Yes.
Yes.
Always.
I got tested.
Yes.
Came back negative. He got tested too. So, yeah, I think that's really important, especially like with like gay guys. Like I don't know, like it's definitely like pretty like relevant and like it's something that should be talked about, and also like you should know your status.
Yeah.
Like really.
It's
for
not
sure.
even just about condoms. It's like you gotta make sure about everything else.
Yeah.
We both don't really want like kids right now because that's like a lot of responsibility. So, yeah.
How do you know you and your partner are ready? I'm actually a diagnosed PTSD from sexual assault survivor, and I was just kind of coming to terms with that diagnosis right when I met David. I kind of had to be open with him about the whole thing because I didn't really have a choice. I don't know. I feel like that's a very good strength we have now too, but it was a very interesting way to start a relationship.
Yeah.
There's definitely a need to be like, are we ready? And then you can figure it out that
Exactly.
way. There's nothing wrong with, you know, absolute total verbal confirmation.
For me, it was just kind of a thing that happened. But oh my god, that makes it sound like, you know, it makes it sound like I went to a bakery and decided to make a croissant. Like,
Not how you should choose your partners.
yeah. Things were just kind of escalating. So I was like, well, you know, it seems kind of natural at this point.
It's the comfortability and trust. No matter how silly or stupid I look, like it'll be totally fine. We're all in this together.
And I got pretty silly.
Do you have access to birth control? How did you ask your parents about it?
I didn't ask my parents about it. I just go to CVS right quick, buy a condom or two.
Buy a condom or two because they sell them singularly. I basically went to ask my mom because I had like a really, really heavy period, and she was like, I guess we'll move on with that when you're like closer to having sex. And I was like,
What about that?
Before going to school, my mom talked to me about it, and she bought me a big Costco variety pack of condoms. Yeah, it had like 5 different types, and it was huge, and I brought it to school with me.
How did you ask your partner to have sex? Was there a conversation? We actually like had the conversation over FaceTime because I was really like shy talking about sexual stuff. I was able to kind of gather my thoughts, and I mean like I could look away when I wanted to. Like I could just set my phone down and be like, okay, this is what I want to say, like this is what I want to do. So it was much easier that way.
The first encounter was a year.
Yeah, probably a
Maybe
year
like
into
a
the
year.
relationship.
And then penetrative was like 2.
I think the first time we had like penetrative sex,
Oh.
we like planned the day.
Oh yeah, that was that
definitely-
one was planned. It was like Batman like planning stuff like we're gonna go here. We're gonna make sure nobody's here.
It was super important to me that David knew that just being in a relationship wasn't like an automatic, you know, consent.
Yeah, checking in is key.
Yeah, because I felt like I was definitely struggling with being able to speak up.
I mean, like I feel like usually we like do like a quick little like
Check
yes?
in. Yeah, like yes.
I ask him. I just like,
Yeah.
hey, do you want to have sex today? Or when we're kissing, I don't assume that he wants to have sex. Like when we're just making out, we just like ask like, do you want to continue? Do you want to do this?
She's very
Are you
direct.
okay with this?
Like very direct. Like, I'll be eating Cheetos or something. She'll ask you like, hey, do you want to? I'm like, sure, why not?
Is like physicality important to you guys at all?
her love language is physical touch, and mine is not. Then over time, I kind of got used to it, but we definitely had to have like a few talks.
It's not like physical as in like holding hands or cuddling. It's more like laying on top of each other.
Yeah.
Just stupid things like that.
What is something that you wish you had learned in sex ed growing up?
I wish they talked about not necessarily the act of doing it, but rather the stuff that leads up to it, the stuff that you need to talk to your partner about.
I feel like people shame girls, especially in high school and middle school. They are slut shamed and said like that's wrong or that's like nasty, and it's not at all. And it's very like normal for girls and women to have sexual feelings.
In middle school, I don't think I was ever taught the difference between gender and sex. And so
Oh, yeah, no.
why it's not part of health education, I have no clue.
I feel like better sex education would allow for like less teen pregnancies. And I wish I learned about like the LGBT community in there, because like I'm a queer woman and I almost felt like a part of me was kind of left out.
I mean, obviously not everyone wants to learn about like homosexual relationships, of course, because like most people aren't, but I feel like they should have like an optional thing that you could just learn just to know.
I had to like resort to a lot of stuff online that they didn't even like talk about. Like it's a whole new world. Like Aladdin was right. Like it's a whole new world.
They should do something in school, but I just don't have an answer on how they should do it because it's really hard to figure out.
But I have to sit through the straight sex stuff, so you know what?
True.
Yeah.